So why is it that I can't stay sober? That's the crap we hear in meetings. If you don't drink the first one, you won't get drunk. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I can't not drink the first one. Dig? That's this right here, buddy. That's this word right here called choice. That's the mental obsession. This is the piece that kills alcoholics and addicts. The mental obsession. Book says on that same page, on page 24, the fact is that most alcoholics, for reasons yet obscure, have lost the power of choice in drink. Our so-called willpower becomes practically non-existent. We are unable, at certain times, to bring into our consciousness with sufficient force the memory and suffering and humiliation of even a week or a month ago. We are without defense against the first drink. I mean, that's the definition right there of true powerlessness. Are you powerless over alcohol? Are you powerless over drugs? Or can you remember the consequences always and stay sober? Will you remember the car wreck? Will you remember the rape? Will you remember whatever the tragedy that took place around the alcohol and drugs? Will you remember that with sufficient force to stop you from putting it in your body again? See, my experience, that's what we're asking you guys to do. Look at your truth based on your experience, not your head knowledge. What's your truth based on your experience? My experience is that there were times I could remember getting arrested, and then there were times within a few days after the arrest that I didn't think about it at all. Somebody walked by with some cocaine and I says, well, yeah, perhaps, but just a little. Always with the intention of just doing just a little. I'm the only guy out there. We were laughing about it at another conference. I'm the only guy out there I know that ever got fired by a drug addict. Y'all understand? I mean, by a dope dealer. Dope dealer used to get tired of me because I'd go over to his house and says, buddy, I need a 1/4 gram of cocaine. And then 2 hours later, I'd be back knocking on his door. Buddy, I need a 1/4 gram of cocaine. You know, and he's tired of stepping on this stuff. You know, he's cutting this up. He says, Chris, why don't you just buy an ounce? You're going to do an ounce before it's all over. Why don't you just, I'm not a drug addict. I need a 1/4 gram of cocaine. Unbelievable. But you see, when I'm asking for a 1/4 gram of cocaine, I know it because this is going to be the last. This is it for me. The question we ought to ask you guys when you come to treatment is not all the stupid drama that you do. We ought to ask you just one question. Have you ever gone back to a money machine more than once in a night? You're so busted.